Welcome back to Mindset Monday. If you're new to Mindset Monday, this is the show where we get Chris Lavin, global elite entrepreneur, the man that literally started as a teenager behind a dumpster, who's taken companies now to huge marks, literally up in the skies, satellites. He comes and breaks it down for us each Monday. If you're in need of a big mindset piece, this is definitely the spot. Stick around because sometimes Chris will do questions too. So you've got a question that is burning on your mind, make sure you stick around so that we can get it in there at the end and ask Chris directly. To help me welcome him up, let's have Bruce Buffer. Bring him on up.
And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Presenting the master of the real estate deal and entrepreneur champion of the world, Chris, the negotiator Lavin.
I love that intro. I don't know what's wrong. There's a longer version of that I'll bore you guys with someday. But listen, what I want to talk about today is the man who asks a question is a fool for a moment. The man who doesn't ask the question is a fool for life. What do I mean by that? You have to be a student. You have to always be a student, no matter how much success you've had. So years ago, I was in the middle of an exit, a pretty significant exit, where I was going to have to pay a lot of money in taxes. I didn't want to be giving away a huge chunk of what I had built and what I have earned. I literally took something from nothing and we built it into this great empire, this great exit. And one of the things that, if you know me, I'm passionate about is helping and caring for children that are in need. And if I give a whole bunch of money to the government in taxes, that's less money that I have to be able to make that happen. If I'm giving it to the government that's building bridges to nowhere, there's some kid that's not eating or getting clothed. So I needed to find a way to offset that. And I looked everywhere. And then finally, I came across Home Invest, right? I had done a bunch of classes online. I spent $2,000 on this, $3,000 on that, $2,000 here, $999 on this, and none of it worked. So I signed up for Home Invest Multifamily 3-day event. And here's where I have to be really honest, and this is super important. I could have shown up the way I watched a lot of successful people do. Half listening, scanning for the one piece of information that, oh yeah, I know this, I know that, and I got this. But what I decided to do was to show up like I was sitting in the front row. It was a virtual event, but I wanted to show up like I was sitting in the front row, eager to learn. And before I logged on, I made the decision that I am a student. Listen, I know a lot about a lot of things, but I would never go perform brain surgery tomorrow without getting trained on it, right? I would never go and profess to, put up a windmill. I don't know how to do that. I'd have to get some help. So even with the previous exits, even with all the businesses I built, and even with the connections to like world-class people, real famous people, I took notes, I asked questions, and was the most engaged person. I wasn't performing expertise I didn't have. I was learning something I genuinely needed. And the other thing that I didn't do that so many people in that class did, it was nauseating. It was so bad. There were so many people that wanted to stick their hands up and prove that they knew more than the rest of the class. And they had all this going on and all that going on. And then I'm thinking to myself, if you got it all going on and you don't need this class, why are you here in this class? Why are you doing this? So by the end of that event, something had shifted in me. I went through the academy, I did the work, and I really, truly trusted the process because these people had already done it before me, and I knew that they knew what they were doing. And as you know, the rest is history. And now I'm the co-CEO of Home Invest. Now, this is the cool part. Today, I'm on the other side of the room, right? The same event that I sat at as a student, I now help lead. After years of doing this, the phrase that scares me most is, I'm good, Chris. I already know. That, and I was thinking, yeah, listen, why would you come to a class and to learn from experts and then tell them you already know? The moment you believe you've arrived, you stop growing. You have to stay humble, stay teachable, no matter what you're doing. The people who keep winning year after year are the ones who keep taking notes. So Even if you've mastered areas of life and business, humble yourself to be a student in all new areas that you're going into. Scripture supports this, right? It's Proverbs 19:20. Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end you will be counted among the wise. Listen to advice and accept discipline. That means accept guidance. And at the end you will be counted among the wise. Um, so what I want you to do is literally this. I want you to stay a student that returns to the decision place. Stay the student, and those decisions will compound as you progress through anything you're doing. So today I want you to identify one area where you've stopped learning. Let's get real. Some of us have done that already. I want you to sign up for something, a course, an event, a networking session. And then I want you to be humble and ask the most question and stay open to new answers. And don't brag, right? Don't ask those questions that make you look good. Ask sincere questions about whatever's going on. One of my favorite questions to ask when I'm in that arena is, what do I not know? What can you think of that I might not know that you could tell me? And you'd be surprised at the answers that I get to that. So thank you all for listening.
Sweet. Chris, thank you, man. Are you open
Absolutely.
for a couple of questions?
Sure. Let me just grab a bottle of water real quick. Go ahead.
All right. First one, you've got some praise coming in. You got someone saying prayers for you and have a great blessed day, Chris.
Thank you.
And your next question is, properties, buildings specifically, built before 1990. Home Invest has a cutoff of 1990. What is it about deals built before 1990 that when they say that they've been renovated or updated, why do they not typically make the cut?
The age, right? It's literally just the age. Right now, if a building was built in 1990, they're 36 years old. You start to see a lot of issues around that 40 to 50 year mark, especially the 50-year mark. As you go back to 1980, you could still start seeing some cast iron and some other things in the drainage. A lot of the plumbing issues start to surface. There's a whole lot of age. Roofs obviously have to be redone. It's really just an age thing at the end of the day. You've got to anticipate so much more in repairs and maintenance and the amount of time and aggravation it takes to make that happen. And we've gotten to the point where we've grown so much that we have so many units that we've got enough data across the board to see where these units are performing and where they're not performing.
Chris, your next question revolves around wholesaling multifamily.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it? Is it possible? Is it more complicated than single family if you're going to wholesale?
Yes, no. It's a pain. Like, all right, so I don't like wholesaling at all. Let me explain what I mean. We'll wholesale a deal if it doesn't fit our criteria, or sometimes we have too many deals stacked too close together, and sometimes we need time to raise capital. So we'll wholesale a deal in the middle, and it literally is we just take a finder's fee, 250, 300,000 if the deal is big enough, and a finder's fee to flip it over to the next person. It's literally that simple, but we've got a deep network of things to do that, and it's not our primary source of income. Wholesaling as a primary source of income is a job, it's not a business, because the minute you stop doing it, you have no income. So with that being said, it doesn't build residual income or residual wealth. It's just a quick flip. The minute you stop, you're out of money.
Chris, your next question is, based on where the market's at right now, what is it about deals that are over $30 million that makes them more suitable for Home Invest?
The financing, right? So the amount of financing that you get at under $30 million, you're generally getting $21 million or so of financing, $21 to $22 million. When you start getting above 20 million, the financing terms are much better. And the more you can get the bank in bed with you, the more of a partner you are with the bank rather than a customer. If you can get a bank to give you a loan for $100 million, you're partners now. You're not a customer, and the bank will make your life significantly easier in the long term. Plus, you're operating at an elite level where there's not a lot of people in that arena, and like when I pick up the phone and call people, they know I'm serious and they know I'm up here. And I talk to the decision makers. My one banker came to me and said, "Listen, I don't even want to lend you less than $15 million at a time anymore." And I first thought he was nuts. Then I went through the loan process on a loan under $15 million again, and I forget how much it's like pulling teeth. It's a different caliber and a different group of and a different set of rules when you operate at the level above that $20 million mark. 17 is like the minimum. 20 is a sweet number to be getting leverage at. 20 million and up. That's why 30 million.
Chris, next one. Should I self-manage properties or do I need to build a team of professionals to avoid overwhelm?
All depends. You want to go broke? If this is your first transaction, there is no way in the world you should be self-managing. We had a property management company for a while where we were doing quasi self-management. We owned the company, and we grew too big. It just didn't work. We have to specialize on one thing. Operations, acquisition and operations is what we specialize in. We still manage the properties in the sense that we ride herd over our property managers and we're involved on a day-to-day basis of every one of our properties, but we're not the people that are actually on the street hiring, firing, answering tickets, none of that stuff. We use third parties for that. And the bank even prefers us to do that.
Chris, I'll read this one out to you and then I'll save any more for next week so you can close whoever you want. But
Okay.
What type of property should I buy based on my goals and the area's potential? We don't have their goals though.
I was just going to say, that's hard for me to answer without your goals.
Maybe,
I'm biased to multifamily 100 units and up. Whenever I go into an area, I want a minimum of 100 units so that I can engage a property management company that's going to make it equitable for them to equitable and financially feasible for them to operate that property. That 100 unit mark seems to be the sweet spot. So we won't go into an area until we can either get 100 units on one or 2 or 3 acquisitions. It just doesn't make financial sense to us at all.
awesome. Thank
that was
you,
the last
Chris.
one?
Yes, sir.
All right, so listen, I want to make this abundantly clear. I have been blessed many times over. And through multifamily real estate, I've been able to affect and be affected by many people because we're involved in their lives on a day-to-day basis as a result of we're providing their housing. And that's a truly beautiful thing. The blessings that God has bestowed upon me, upon us, is absolutely incredible because we put the more in believing more first. And as a result of that more, and that more is not more money, that more is impact. As a result of that more, we have lives that are unparalleled. We have peace, we have joy, and we have fulfillment like I've never had in my life before. So God has done that for me, and I know He can do that for you, and will do that for you. Because God doesn't love you any more than He loves me, and He surely doesn't love me any more than He loves you. So I ask that you go out and seek God's will in your life on a daily basis, and then go out and pursue it with all the ambition in the world. God bless you all. Thank you for being here.